Very good morning, student. So today I am going to discuss about the particular pattern of a control statement. So this is the first section. Last day I have discussed how we are using the control program and how we are making the control program. Here I am going to start the theoretical part of it. So control statement, what are the control statement we do have and how we can make the particular control statement. So let us see what we have in the control statement. Control statement, as we have said that there is a control statement means we are controlling, we are giving a command to control the flow of what, flow of the execution depending upon a specific condition or logic. That means one particular condition you are giving or one particular logic you are giving. Based on that particular logic or based on that particular specification, what you will going to find, you will going to find it, the program will execute. So when you are finding the program is executing based on that particular logic or based on that particular part, then there is what, there is some different types of condition that you are implementing there. Okay, different pattern of logic that you are implementing there. So those the logic what we find that you are implementing there, you have to think about that what are the thing can be implemented here. Now first and foremost, what decision making statement, the statement that you will going to give here, that how you can make the decision on it, isn't it? So different patterns of decisions are there. So all these particular decisions, what you find it, that you need to make the decisions. Then what you can find, an iteration statement. Iteration means the loop. That means when you are having this particular thing, when you are making this particular thing, we find it that there is a certain pattern of loop is there. Okay, so based on that particular loop you are going to work on. So as you are seeing there, the different type of loops are there, that you are using a different pattern of loops, and using those different pattern of loops, how you can make the particular thing and how you can work on that particular structure, isn't it? This is what we can see it, that there is a loop statement and there is a jump statement. Jumps means break, you are giving a break or continue or pass, all this particular part that you can find it, that when you are implementing it, when you are making them to be work, those are the different sections you are working with it. That means from here what you can make a decision. The decision that you can make first and foremost, that when you are having a control statement, when you are making a control in a program, in that particular program, first and foremost you have to take some decisions. It's okay, some decision making must be there, and then there should be some iterations should be there, and then you have to have a jumping statement. Jumping means suppose you are in this line, then there are those the lines are there, you have to go, and there is suppose this line. So instead of going all this middle line, what you do, directly from here to here you jump. Okay, so that is what we know a jumping statement. So this is what you can see it, that you do have when you are making this particular different type of statements. So decision making, when you make a decision, there are different type of control statements you are using. You are depending on the different type of decisions to be executed in a program, depending upon the conditions what you are giving. That means based on what conditions the particular program will going to run. So there are the three type of decision making we can see. What is that? One is a if statement, one is a if else statement, and one is a nested if statement. So three pattern of decisions that you can find it there, isn't it? If statements means you are giving a if condition and you are running the program. If else statements means you are giving if, then there will be one else part will be there, and nested if else statement will be there, isn't it? So there are those three different type of sections what you can find, that you are working on this particular area and you are making those particular area. Now if statement is what, the statement program where we find the program condition of the statement. That means it provides a true performing the function or display the information. Suppose see here, when you start a program, this is known as a flowchart. Okay, this is known as what, flowchart. Okay, uh, this is known as flowchart. So this particular flow chart, what is there in this particular flow chart, you can find it that how you are making the particular structure, how you are making this particular area to be worked with. Okay, how you are making this area to be worked with. So this particular flow chart, what we find it that in this particular flow chart you have some basic pattern of decisions that you are creating. Okay, so this the particular basic pattern of decisions that you are creating. That means in this particular flow chart, okay, flow flow chart. Okay, so in this flowchart what you find, there are the different type of decisions you are making. So when you are coming to the start, after starting, then you come to a condition. If condition is there, now if condition, there is only one thing, that one is that is true condition. So true condition, then it will execute. If there is a false condition, this is the false part. If it false part, it will come here and it will end. Okay, so this is what you can see, that when you are executing this particular condition, when you are making this particular condition, so in this particular condition you are having a particular pattern of the statement and you are working on that particular statement, isn't it? So as you are working on this particular pattern of statement, there is what the true and false condition, and as you find the true and false condition is there, that only the true condition is applicable. Only you can find it, that how you can work with a true condition and how you can make this particular condition to be implementable. Now as you are making it, you can see here there is one statement that we find, that is an if statement. If statement means in this particular condition, what you are giving, what you are making, you are making an if condition. Okay, so when you are creating this particular if condition, when you are making this if condition, the statements is there, and there are the many statements that you can form. Suppose notebook equals to 2. Now if notebook equals to 2, print you have print 2 books. Okay, print outside of if statement. So this is what, this is the particular section, that means to indicate a block. You can see here one block has been indicated here, and in this block what we are indicating, that each and every line will going to get the same sections important. Okay, so as they has the same section of important, based on those important, what we can find it, that we are constructing it, we are making this particular thing, and the same level of independent what we are giving, same level of independent that we are making to it, those the thing what we can find it, that is a very important pattern. Okay, that is a very important structures that we are constructing this particular area. So in this particular area, what you are having, you are finding it that what we are constructing with, isn't it? What are the things that you are making here, and how you are making the particular statement to be worked with. So each of this particular area, each of this particular part that you are constructing and you are making, what you see here, that there are the different type of implementations we can make on this implementation, we can work on this particular implementation. As you find it, that each and every implementation has their own particular way to implement the program, isn't it? So this is what the syntax means. What if condition is there, and after the if condition, then what we find it, that in this particular condition you have a statements, different statement blocks are there. So all these statement block, what you find, that each and every statement block will going to work as you are defining it, as you are defining them. And you can see this particular area, in this particular area what you are having, that print outside if statement. Outside if statement means, as you are saying it, the thing is outside of the if. That means what is inside of the if and what is outside of the if, that is being displayed here, and that has been said. Okay, so this is how you can find that how you are working on this particular structures, you are making the structures, and you are having this particular structures to be implementable. Clear? You can make these structures to be implementable. This is what the very important thing that you can find, that you can implement here as you are making the particular statement, as you are making the if statement. So this is the things of the if statement is. Now you see that if statement, when we are giving some logical operator, that means if statement we are using with some logical operator. Logical operator means condition. You are giving some condition, and based on this particular condition you can find the thing will going to work. What is that? That x equals to 1 and y equals to 2. So this is the value, suppose has been given first. At the first level two values has been given. When those two values has been given, then what you can see, what you can find it here, that those the two value, if x equals to 1 and y equals to 2, if this is true, that means there is an what condition we are giving here, and condition. So if your and condition is true, okay, if this is true, then this particular portion will execute. If this is not true, then there is nothing, then program will not show you anything, isn't it? So condition what you are giving, that means when you are using the logical operator, I have shown you the program that has been discussed there also, the thing has been shown to you, that when we are giving the logical operator, so those the logical operator what we are giving, what we are making, so each of this particular logical operator what is there, each of the particular logical part what is there, so those the logical part or logical operator will going to make the structures, or will going to have a pattern. So each of this particular pattern, each of this particular criteria, each of this particular working features what we are having, we are making them, and we are working on it, isn't it? We are making them and we are working on it. So as we are working on it and we are making them, this particular structures is very important, and we make them to be work in this particular area, isn't it? We make them to be work in the particular area. So those the particular thing, those the particular structures, that as we are making them, as we are forming it, we are working with some conditional features. So see the next problem. Next problem is what? A equals to 100. If not, that means what is using here? Not operation is using here. If not a equals to 20, a is not equals to 20. That means this is also one not condition is working, and based on this particular not condition, what we are giving some values there. Okay, so this is what they are, the different pattern of logical operator, and when we are using the different type of logical operator, we find it that all this particular pattern of logical operator what is there, they are being implemented in a particular form or in a particular way. So those the logical operator we have used it. After that, what? If else. That means we till now we have used only if condition, that means only the true part. Else part, that means false part, we didn't go, isn't it? So if else means what? That when we give to test, there will be two condition will come, either one will be true, either one will be false, isn't it? So what will happen then? So when you are giving some condition became false, then there will be some work to be execute and it will come to end, isn't it? And if it is true, then it will do some work and then it will come to end. So that means either it is true or either it is false. For any of the section what we can find, that we will going to have some particular special pattern of work, and those the special pattern of work that what we have, what we are finding it, that they will going to execute, isn't it? They will going to execute and they will going to implement in a program. That means if it is a true, then it will go for the true part and it will work on the true part. If it is a false, then it will work on the false part, isn't it? So this is the thing what we can say, this is the part that we can find, that as we are constructing the structures, as we are making this particular structure, what we have some conditional part and we are working on this particular condition. Okay, we are working on this particular condition. So let's see this particular program, if else. That means we are using here if else statement. Now if condition, if is one condition, then the statement, else then one statement. Suppose I am writing here if, okay, if a equals to suppose a equals to suppose 20. That means what happened, we are defining some values here. As we are defining the value, if this particular section is true, okay, if this particular section is true, then it will do some work. Okay, suppose it will do then f equals to A plus B. Now you will ask me what is the value of B. Before we enter, we will take the value of B, or we can initialize that B equals to suppose 30. So this is the thing what you can see, that if condition. If it is not, then there will be an else condition. Okay, there will be else condition. So in this else condition, what I am giving, f equals to suppose A minus B. So this is the thing what has been given. That means here you can find it, that when we are initializing some fact, when we are working with some fact, we find how those particular fact can be worked with, how those particular fact can be implemented, isn't it? So this is the implementation, this is the part of implementation that you are making. This is the part of work that we are going to make this particular structure. So each of this particular work has some of its different type of implementation, different pattern of implementation, and we are implementing it and we are making it in the particular structure form. We are implementing it in a particular structural phenomena. So this is the structural phenomena. What is there? You see here what it has been given here, that if the value of A is 10, A has been given 10. If A is less than 100, then less than 100 will print, else more than 100 will print. Okay, so as you find it, that when we are having these particular structures, when we are formatting this particular structure, so each of this particular structure has its own type of identifications, own type of work that we can execute, that we can bring it up, isn't it? So this is the thing that we can see, this is the part that we can find, that how we are using it and how we are making the particular structures to be worked with certain type of phenomenon or certain type of working features. So these the working features what we have, this the particular working structures that we have, that we are maintaining it and we are making it, we are making the structures to be worked with in this particular phenomenon of the if else condition. Okay, so this is what we can find, that when we are working on this particular if else condition, in this if else condition what we have those particular pattern of structures, and we are denoting those particular pattern of structures, isn't it? So this is the particular pattern of structures that we are making through it, we are implementing it, we are sending that what to be implemented in this particular phenomenon. That means what are the conditions we have read about? We have seen that at the if condition, if else condition, isn't it? If condition and if else condition. So those if and if else condition, when we find it, that each and every condition of it, each and every part of this particular condition, when we are making them and when we are working on it, we find it that the thing will be in a certain phenomenon. Okay, so there are the two different patterns or the two different consecution part that we have here, and we have made it that. Okay, we have made it that. But one thing also that we can find it from here, that under the if, one if, there can be more condition, and under the else there can be the many more conditions are there. So this is the thing what we are working with, what we find it, that how we can implement that particular part and how we can make the particular structures to be worked. Okay, how you make these structures to be work. So as we are making a structures to work, we find it that we have a certain pattern of declarations. Clear? We do have a certain pattern of declaration. So as we are having a certain pattern of declaration, each and every pattern of declaration what we have, each and every part of the declaration what we are having, we are making those declaration to be implemented in this work. That means under one loop, under one particular pattern of the loop, we can implement many more loops, isn't it? So we can implement many more loops. Suppose here what the section has been opened for us, like if and else. Under this if we can give many more loops, under this else we can give many more loops, as per the requirement, as per our requirement of the particular structures, as per the requirement of the particular thing that we are constructing. Okay, so as we are constructing this, as we are making this particular structure, this is how we can see it, that how we can make it. So we can find it out to check even if the number is odd or even, or any other conditions. Okay, any other condition we can work with, we can find it, the particular thing can be workable. Okay, so this is what about the first part of the loop. So today I am, thank you all. Today I am ending the session here.